Oh, look who decided to show up.
Right, welcome to the party.
You guys could have went on without me.
No.
We need you.
For what?
We need a little flavor.
Mm-hmm. We have to be racially diverse in this culturally sensitive time.
Who said that? You don't need a nigga like me.
Jesus said that. Starting the recording.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of World 1-1 Podcast. I am your host, as always, Larry, the lusciously bearded wonder. With me, once again, is everybody's favorite diversity hire, Eddie V.
Hi, everybody.
And still back from the dead, he hasn't reclaimed his position in the coffin yet, is Corey in ultra high def Hudson Dairy.
When you said that about Eddie, I just thought of the meanest joke ever. But
No,
I
I wanna
can't
hear
say
it.
it on air.
No, I need it.
This
I
is
need
World
it right
1-1.
now.
You might as well go ahead and say it.
You know damn well this is a free-for-all already.
No, I was just going to say, Eddie's around me because he checks more than one box.
That is true.
Eddie's a diversity 2-for-1.
That's pretty much, yes. That is true, everybody.
To be fair, Archer actually made that joke first, so I think you're safe.
Okay. Well. Oh, well.
That is true.
Bring on the comments.
They won't.
All complaints
I'm
directed to our...
Look, I'm immune from the comments because my wife is Jewish, so I win.
I can't be racist. I own a color TV.
Ooh.
Go sit down somewhere in the corner. Get out your chair and leave now.
Oh, man, I'm glad we got to keep the show on the rails for at least 30 seconds. Oh, man.
They're going to deem
Ladies
you,
and gentlemen, World 1-1 Podcast. Woo!
they're going to
This
deem
is
you
not
as a
the place to
racist,
be if
Larry.
you are easily butthurt.
My butt does hurt, but I think it's because I took like 3 poops earlier today, and they were spicy. It's from all that food I ate earlier in the week.
That
I had a
Chili's
Chili's
in
quesadilla and Chipotle
and
in one
Chipotle.
day. It's
Oh.
just now coming down.
that ain't no
that was-
That
joke.
song,
was
Ring
what?
of Fire, was written about your asshole.
That was Thursday, and it's Sunday now, so yeah.
Your stomach said, enough. Get out. I release you, demon.
True.
Just like the one, the Scary Movie 2, when the priest
There
is
was
in
a
the
lot of
bathroom.
fire. I've never seen any of the scary movies.
They're so funny. 1 to 2 is funny.
Ed, you know on NGR that I'm the movie guy. It is so surprising I've never seen Scary Movie.
Well, I don't know why.
I don't know. I saw one of them and I felt lied to. I didn't feel scared.
Go somewhere.
I feel like false advertising, and I shouldn't have gotten my.
I do have to say,
back.
though, before we started recording, we did start watching Central Intelligence, starring Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Kevin Hart. And let me tell you, that is a fine film. I don't understand why it didn't win any awards ever.
It was a good movie.
We're not done watching it though, so yeah.
Did you watch Hitman's Bodyguard yet?
Nope.
You should. It was actually better than I thought it was going to be.
There's a lot of things I should do, like clean the game room first.
Again.
I'm just saying, the camera's strategically placed so that, you can't see the mess in this corner.
By the glass,
Yeah.
okay.
That's why I'm sitting at an angle.
Mirror closet, not the glass closet. Sorry.
Don't worry. Tomorrow it'll be clean. Record some old game footage. It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Or he's going to put blinders on his camera and treat it like a horse.
Nothing.
Just, right there. Little box, tunnel vision.
Yep. Speaking
Eddie,
of box televisions, I need to find one. I want to play some GameCube.
Yeah?
Right. Yeah. Although, you know what I did find? You know what I did find on the internet the other day? Did you know that there is a GameCube HDMI converter?
Yeah, I saw that.
But they're like a ton of money because they don't make them anymore.
Yeah, so are the component cables,
Where-
too. Those were insanely expensive, even when they were in production.
Yeah, I do have a set of Wii ones, though, Wii component cables, and my cousin just gave me his backwards compatible Wii for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And so I'm like,
Rocket.
yeah.
That's
Interesting.
the way to do it.
So I just got to find my Wavebird.
I got two.
I have two somewhere, too, but I don't know where the
Adapter.
Oh,
the
the
things
receiver?
are. Yeah.
I used to have a full set of 4 way back when. And then I realized I don't have anyone to play with. Why the fuck do I have 4 Wavebirds? My life is now sad and tragic. But anyways. Eddie, since you were the one holding up production, the fuck have you been playing this week?
How was I holding up production? Y'all could have went in on with me.
You were on the phone.
Yeah, I had a important phone call.
Your 45-minute phone call that took 10 minutes.
No, I was talking to you guys. I was talking to
Eddie
him earlier.
experienced severe time dilation.
Well, y'all was supposed to start at 9 o'clock.
Is this what happens when, like,
Yeah, we were here.
movies go into space? Movies go into space,
They
but then
slingshot around a black hole, yeah.
yeah, but in like time only passes like 10 minutes for them, but it's like 10 years on the planet they came from or something.
Yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, Christina and I just started. I'm rewatching. Christina's experiencing it in its entirety for the first time. Gene Roddenbery's Andromeda, and that's how that starts, is with being stuck on the edge of an event horizon on a black hole.
Is that Star Trek?
No. It was written by Gene Roddenberry.
Uh-huh.
It's not Star Trek. It has Kevin Sorbo in space, so Hercules in space. Hooray!
Is it called Andromeda?
Yeah, it's called Andromeda.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a Star Trek one.
Yeah.
Well, that guy he wrote Star Trek, or he created Star Trek too, right?
Right.
But, you know what? There might have been a different. I think was it Star Trek Galactica that was going along with Andromeda was out?
Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, Battlestar Galactica. What was the last Star Trek one besides this new one?
The last
Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine.
Enterprise was the last series on TV. Discovery is the most recent.
Right.
And as far as the old Next Gen movies, there was Generations, First Contact.
Don't forget J.J. Abrams' Star Trek lens flare.
Right. No, I'm talking Next Gen series films. Because discounting Abrams, which I like what Abrams has done with them.
Yeah.
So I haven't gotten to watch the most recent one yet.
I gotta still watch the second one. The second.
I've only seen that. The only thing Star Trek I've ever watched in my entire life was that first J.J. Abrams movie, and I was like, "Hey, this is pretty good." And then I never went and watched the other one. So.
I liked it. I had a lot of fun with it. I mean, I know a bunch of like hardcore Trek people that are like, "Fuck this shit! You just messed with canon."
That's probably to me like one of the best Star Trek movies.
Oh, I enjoyed it profoundly. I got to see that in IMAX when that came out. That made me super happy.
Nice.
Yeah. But no, Andromeda was one that Roddenberry wrote long ago, but it didn't ever get made until years upon years after he had passed away, along with another series called Earth Final Conflict.
That one I never heard of. Both of them was on Sci-Fi Channel, I think.
No, it was, they originally ran, I think, on like the WB back in the day.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not super high production quality, But Andromeda ran into some unique problems because for like the first 2 seasons, it was awesome. And then some brilliant person somewhere decided, we're doing great. We're going to fire all the fucking writers. And for like the season 2 and 3, or I'm sorry, season 3 and 4, it fucking got
Bunkers.
No, Bonkers came later. It got real sad. And then right at the end there, they hired back some of the writers, and then it got fucking weird. Like, really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I have enough drugs to make this make sense weird. But I fucking watched it anyways.
Did they end it on a cliffhanger, or like did it get canceled, or did they like really end the series? Like that was it.
It ended, but I mean,
it didn't wrap up the plot holes and stuff.
It ended like a Monty Python movie ends. It doesn't really end. It just kind of stops.
Oh wow, that's
kind of the best explanation.
Wow.
It was fucking weird.
So they just had like a last episode for that season. That was it. And like
basically, they're like, we're not going further with this, and it's not going to feel super conclusive, but it will be a stopping point.
They was just like, no, we're not going to do a cliffhanger. No, leave it open ended. We're just going to do something. Okay, it's done. That's it.
Yeah. Like, you're not going to be satisfied with it, but you'll know that this is where it stops.
That's... wow.
Yeah, it was plagued with some sad issues after season 2. But, I mean, like I said, the first 2 seasons were fantastic, honestly. They even made a couple cracks at the fact that, you know, it's Kevin Sorbo playing the lead character. And there's a few references to him being a Hercules.
And then he started doing Christian movies.
Yeah, I mean, it's self-aware enough to at least make that joke. Well,
let me get into what I've been playing. For Switch, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, getting further into that. Right now, I'm just like grinding in that game, like getting my characters up in levels, in my mercs, and other blades. Just working on them, getting them stronger. Blaster Master Zero. I haven't touched Golf Story in a while. I know I need to get back into it, and catch up.
Don't worry, next time you're here, I'll give you a better golf game.
We had that discussion.
Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. Yeah!
Oh, but see, now I can have that discussion further because I actually have a copy in hand for you.
I still think yeah, we'll have that discussion. We'll have that discussion later. Cause
you're going to see the light when you're here, dude. Like, I ordered a copy on Amazon, and I was out and about, and I found another copy, complete in box, for like $2. I'm like, I'm going to buy that, and I'm going to give it to Eddie.
And I was just like, okay, did you find this at the garage sale? I don't even think I got the message that I was just like, how did you find that game for $2? I'm like, the heck?
Yeah. So there it is.
Oh. So, for PS4, played some Yakuza 0, finished Iconoclast, really enjoyed that game. And it's weird for me to say this, that I don't want it on Switch for a while.
Weirdo.
Because
that's the only way I'll play it.
But the thing about it is, I was talking about this with another friend of mine, that there's so much
good stuff. You have other
stuff.
Friends? When the fuck did this happen?
Because I was on another podcast, so.
Who gave you the okay to have more friends?
I did.
I'm pretty sure this needs to be approved by corporate first.
Who's corporate?
I'm pretty sure white people can't tell black people what to do anymore.
And pretty much.
I'm pretty sure that ended like 200 years ago.
Pretty much. There's so much good stuff coming on Switch, I think Iconoclast would just get buried. I think.
You mean Iconoclast?
Yeah. I think once stuff slowed down, and if Iconoclast does come to Switch, it needs to be in a month that nothing really big or major is coming out. Like, that needs to be the head of it, because it's really that good of a game.
Right now, that's most months so far.
Well, yeah. But, like, I don't want because Celeste came out, Iconoclast kind of got overshadowed, and then Shadow of the Colossus happened next, and so a lot of people are not playing it on PS4, and I'm just like, this game is really good, and it really deserves attention for it. So, but that's what I've been playing on PS4. I've been playing a lot of Doom on my Xbox One, getting my tail kicked and enjoying it. I've been doing a lot of the rune trials, and I was just like, oh my goodness, these must do not play on this game. But I'm enjoying it. I think I'm halfway through the game, because now I got to hell in the game. So I think I probably got like 3 more levels in hell before I come back to Mars and end the game. I think, but I've been enjoying that. And then playing a little bit of Monster Hunter, World on Xbox One. Getting further into that, doing some hunts and stuff. So, that's what all I've been playing. I didn't pick up the Secret of Mana just yet. I might do that, next. Oh yeah, Bayonetta 2. I've been playing also. Pick that up.
I've been hearing word that the Secret of Mana port on PS4 was not great. Like, I've heard some people harping.
Yeah, it got like a lot of 7s, and people are just like, they were just like,
it 7 is not bad. Either this game is actually just average and people are bitching,
GameSpot gave it a 6.
Oh, they did?
That borders into lesser territory, but
a lot of people.
The reviewer was also someone who never played the original.
Yeah, and a lot of
that almost might be a better way to go into it.
A lot of people have been saying that. A lot of reviewers have been like, if you own the Super Nintendo Mini Classic, play it on there, or if you still own the Virtual Console one on Wii, play it there. And I thought this remake was supposed to fix those problems, and it just seems that it costs more. I don't know why, what happened, but I'm probably gonna get it later on down the road. It's just too much stuff that I got right now that I'm playing. But yeah, Bayonetta 2, I'm like halfway done with that game, and man, it feels so good. I actually like playing it on the Pro Controller. I played it undocked when I was waiting for somebody, so I played it like that. But like when I'm playing it on my TV, the Pro Controller feels good. I was just like, oh yeah, because I enjoyed it on the Wii U playing it on that controller, but then I was just like, the Pro Controller on Wii U I didn't enjoy, because I guess I was just so used to the Wii U gamepad. But playing on the Pro Controller on the Switch, yeah, I'm like, this is the way to play this game.
Like, I'm pretty sure like the way the controller layout is too is a little bit better for a game like this.
Yeah,
because like the Wii U, like don't get me wrong, the Wii U Pro Controller was super nice for like 2D platformers and kart racers and stuff like that. You know, things that Nintendo's good at.
Let me tell you, I've had a love affair with that Pro Controller for the Wii U. Especially after coming off of playing AM2R with the 360 controller, and then finally getting an adapter to play with the Wii U Pro Controller. World of difference. Oh my god. Like, that's my default for that thing.
Which reminds me, I need to get a, is it a PC adapter to play the Xbox One controller? Is that one out? I know that one got delayed.
Nah, it's out. I've seen bundles where you can buy the controller with the adapter for like $60.
Okay. Like at Best Buy or something, or Walmart?
Check Microsoft's website, actually.
Okay. Because I know that...
Go direct to the source.
Yeah, because I'm just like Cuphead, because I bought that. If I download it to my computer, I kind of want to see if I could use my Xbox One controller to play it.
Right. Yeah, no, it's worth a look at least.
Yeah, because some of these like PC controllers are just no good, and I think on how good the Xbox One controller feels in my hand, if I could play stuff on PC like that, and my PC could run it, I'll play some stuff like that. Because like when I I got to see how I'm going to do Sea of Thieves, if I'm going to go digital or physical for that.
Yeah.
But that's what all I've been playing.
Right on. Corey, what about you, darling?
Let's see. What have I been playing? I've been playing Celeste, and like I love that game in the beginning, but I've gotten to this point where I'm just like, man, this game is like it's starting. You know how like sometimes when you're
starting
playing,
to wear on you, is it?
When you're playing something like Mario, and you're like, okay, I messed that up. Like you can tell where you messed up, and you fix that mistake. There's just so many things in this game that are not that. They're just super frustrating when you don't get it, and like learning the timing of everything, and like you still have a chance to mess up even when you time it right. Like it just, I don't know, it's starting to wear on me, and like I can only do about 2 or 3 screens at a time before I start like really getting angry with it, you know. So like I don't know, it's still a fun game and the mechanics are fun, but they start introducing world mechanics that change the way you have to play, and like I get it, like Celeste is good like that, but like at the same time for me personally, I don't like that. I would rather just have a challenging straight up 2D platformer instead of like, oh ha, we killed you, try again. And not in a Mario kind of I messed up my own way kind of way, you know?
Yeah. Like it for a second there, I was starting to think that you were having like Odyssey syndrome again with Celeste, but it sounds like it's a little bit different for you in this case.
Yeah, I mean it's different than Odyssey. Where like I know that Odyssey is just that is a well developed game that's just not for me. I prefer the 2D platformers. Like I just prefer, you know, Mario, New Super Mario Brothers, and even like Mario 3D World to an extent.
Yeah.
In terms of that, and like Rayman Legends and stuff, like I prefer those, which is why like I initially liked Celeste because it kind of was like, oh man, cool, just a challenging 2D platformer I can play on Switch and not really like care about. And that dash mechanic adds so much to the 2D platforming element, and it's like, oh man, this is super cool. But I got through the hotel, which is the 3rd world I want to say, and I'm into the wind world, and like. The wind, man, it's just like, why is this a mechanic in the game? Who thought this was fun? Like, who thought this was fun? Like, it gets frustrating at points. But then I started playing Bayonetta. I started Bayonetta 1 because I've never finished it. So I'm like, there's probably a good chance just to, you know, I'm playing it on easy so I can just blow through and play the story mode or whatever. But man, that game is fun.
I love that intro.
Fun. I've never finished it either, honestly. Like I own it twice, and I just haven't given it the time of day and the attention that it honestly deserves from me. Like yeah. I always seem to kind of look at it and go, I want to watch that just insane intro again because it makes me laugh, and then put it down and go back to something else.
That intro is literally just bonkers crazy, where it's just like ancient music.
That seems to generally be the fucking point.
Well, it is, but it just throws you off. It's just like, oh, she's reaching to the heavens. Her and the angels are going to touch. And then it's butt shots, and then throwing angels everywhere. And it's like a 15-minute cutscene. I'm like, dang.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, there's some things that are like, okay, this game was definitely made in, like, 2009, and the culture that surrounded video games then is totally different than the one that surrounds it now. It's, like, totally opposite now, where everything's got to be clean and, like, unoffensive and everything. But, like, I think that's part of the funny part of Bayonetta is, like, it's so over the top that you can't really, like, call it out for being offensive because it's too over the top.
Right.
Man, I wish people would stop being so sensitive. But I am really enjoying it, and I think like, man, like it's just fun. It's just fun, and like I never realized like I always played it with the volume down because I was like somebody was always in the house or in the room or whatever. But like just listening to like the conversations and stuff, like the writing's actually pretty decent. So it's funny. It's fun. I like it a lot. I don't know if I like it as much as DMC though, but I'm really enjoying it.
That game needs to be on Switch so bad.
I think DMC is a little bit better because the one thing I wish Bayonetta had that DMC has is customizing the controller layout.
Yeah.
DMC has such the perfect way of like laying out the control. Like you can lay out the controller however you want, and I wish Bayonetta had that. Because like I want the guns to be on the triggers, and I want like the power and the basic attacks on like Y and X and I mean jump is B, which is fine, but like I just wish I could customize the controller layout.
I still don't understand how that's not an industry standard at this point. Seriously.
Oh, I know.
How?
I know. It's kind of upsetting because like there are some.
It's a lot of holy shit. Why is that so fucking huge?
Yeah.
Larry did something.
Larry started downloading something off of Game Pass, and it's 97 gigs.
Halo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The complete complete one?
Nope, Halo 5. It's because of all the maps and all the updates and everything.
Dang, how the heck did it double in
Halo 5 was like 70 something gigs when it first came out, and then there was a day one patch that was 9 gigs, and then everything they added since then, it's like
I thought it was
goddamn much.
I think mine was like it looked like 45, 47 because mine didn't take.
Hey, you know what? Bayonetta 1 was like 8 gigs when I downloaded it, so yeah.
97 gigs is just too damn much.
It's too big. It's too big.
It'll never fit in my data cap.
Wow.
Is that what she's calling it these days?
Apparently.
Oh man. But yeah, Bayonetta is pretty much my focus right now. I kind of trailed off of Monster Hunter because like we talked about it on NGR, which I don't know, that episode's probably up by the time you hear this, but like I enjoy the mechanics of the game and I enjoy the idea of the game. But the fact that like a hunt takes 50 to 60 minutes and you might not complete it and you don't get any progression or rewards for at least attempting it bothers me. And the fact that I don't mind repeating quests because like talking to somebody who played like 800 hours of Destiny here, right? I don't mind repeating quests, but when something like that takes an hour long and like you need to redo it 4 or 5 times to get the resources you need for some like one piece of armor instead of the whole piece of armor or the whole set of armor, and then like you might not get it because the animal ran away or another animal came and ate it, which happened to me once.
Oh wow.
So like I couldn't complete the quest I was on because one monster came out and ate the monster I was trying to fight, and I had to run away. And I'm like, I'm not all about that. So, I like the concept of Monster Hunter. I like the idea of Monster Hunter. I think my character looks really cool, but at the same time, I'm like, there's no progress. Like, even when you don't finish the quest, you don't get any points or progression towards it. Like, you don't get anything towards it, which is really frustrating when you're sitting there playing for 2 hours and you've been sitting there for 2 hours and you don't make any progress. That's frustrating. And like, I get it. Like, people like that. But like, Monster Hunter, I feel like it's for the people who only play Monster Hunter. It's the same way, MMOs are set up. It's the same way Destiny is set up. Like, people that play games don't play Monster Hunter, but people that play Monster Hunter might try other games kind of deal, So, I don't know. Monster Hunter, like, I like the idea, but it's just not for me. I trailed off so hard, which sucks because I really liked the idea and the mechanics and the weapon I was using. Like, it's cool. Like, I have nothing bad to say about the mechanics or anything. Like, it's the same thing with Mario Odyssey. Like, it just like, it's a well-designed game that is not for me. Right? Yeah. I mean, Mario Odyssey is a little bit more up my alley than this was, but people were trying it.
What she's calling it these days?
Yep, her alley.
Well, I think Monster Hunter has been such a Nintendo game and such a big thing in Japan that people who haven't played it in America that owns a PlayStation and an Xbox, like if they don't have a 3DS, they kind of don't know the Monster Hunter world because a lot of people were just like, "This is my first time playing the series."
That's the thing too, though, is like I don't have a lot of time to sit in front of my PlayStation or Xbox, but like it might be a game I might struggle through or push through if it was on Switch because I can take it with me. Mm-hmm. And like I'm not saying Monster Hunter World needs to be on Switch, but if a Monster Hunter game ended up coming to Switch, like maybe not Double Cross if they localize it, because I played Generations on 3DS and it was fine. It was fine, and Double Cross is essentially the same game with a few extra perks. But like if they made like Monster Hunter Land for Switch, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a handheld equivalent to World. Like I would totally give it another try, because like I have way more time to play Switch than I do any of my other consoles, just based on what the system can do. So,
I think that's probably why I enjoy Monster Hunter Stories, because it's like it's pretty much a straight role playing game, but it's not getting the resources and stuff like that. It's just like you really snatch an egg.
Isn't it essentially like Monster Hunter Pokemon? Pretty much,
yeah. But it's very enjoyable in that sense.
I might try that out, honestly. I might go.
So it sounds like Stories would actually scratch that itch in the right way for you.
Yeah. Yeah. My 3DS is charging right now, by the way, because I got another itch to play Fire Emblem. Every couple weeks, I have that itch to play Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I'm sending your copies tomorrow, so you'll probably get it Friday.
I love you so much. And I love you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
He's my delicious piece of dark chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mental note for a second here. Wanted to get back to. Speaking of just straight 2D side-scroll platformers, did you ever get into N+, Corey?
I love N+.
Yeah.
Dude,
we've been talking about that game should come to Switch. Like,
yeah, we're talking about how N++, like, yes. Nintendo's denied them you see all this crap on the eShop, and you would think Nintendo will want quality games on the eShop, and they've denied that company. As of September, they denied them twice a dev kit, but as of the 1st of January, they said they're working on a Switch port. So, I love N+, and I love N++ because and they just added the Legacy Pack in the last update, so it has all the N+ levels in it now. Oh,
dude, N+ on my original DS was my jam. I played so much.
That's where it started at, the whole series.
It started as a Flash game, dude.
Yeah, it was just called N.
But see, that's the thing about it, because the first time, I think me and you, Corey, was talking about this, I'm like, the first time I heard about N+ was on DS. Like, no one on the internet was talking about it.
It was on, I heard about it. Somebody I worked with was playing it on 360, and that's where I owned it. And then I ended up getting the DS version because it had extra levels specific to the two screen.
Well, it also had the level editor too.
Yeah, yeah, the 360,
which got patched out of the other versions. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Why? It was too complicated, or
no? Because people were making swastika levels.
Oh,
that was literally the reason.
Wonderful.
I think they should just have like a moderator that goes in and just deletes those levels and bans those players, but that's just me. But like if that game came to Switch and it had a level editor, you could say goodbye to me everywhere. You'd just be like, bye. See ya.
Yeah.
And I come out from under the desk like 3 years from now.
Quick question.
What year is it?
Quick question. Have they made any other game, or it's just N+? Or N series?
Isn't that enough?
I think that's all they've made. Because N started as a free Flash game, and then they worked with Xbox Live to get it on the arcade, and then they ported it to DS and Vita, because both or PSP.
The DS one hit first.
PSP maybe. No, it was on Xbox Live Arcade first, and then the DS, and then they made it. I forget if it was a PSP or a Vita version. It must have been a PSP version because I had the physical box for that at one point because they had weird touchscreen puzzles or something. I don't know. It was weird.
And then M++ is the sequel to it.
Yeah, and that's on PS4 for sure. Pretty sure it's on Xbox One.
I think
it is. As a matter of fact, I can tell you N+ is actually available on Game Pass at the moment.
Yeah, I know N+ is backwards compatible too, because it was like the first game I downloaded backwards compatible.
Wow.
I was like, ah!
I haven't played it on the consoles. I just know it on just the DS.
I just want it to forever remain on my DS. That's like my little happy place for it.
But seriously, I would love to see the Ultimate Edition of N++ come to Switch because it has all the original levels from N+ in it, except for probably the DS ones. But if it's on a Nintendo console, they might add them back. Oh,
yeah.
Oh. Sorry, got excited.
So I've played some stuff this week. I took some time.
Sports.
Exactly. Played some sports. Played some of the greatest golf game ever made. For the record, Golf Story is a very close second, but it is not the greatest golf game ever made.
Mario Golf Advance.
Nope.
Mario Golf Game Boy Color.
Daddy got down on some true swing golf. Boy,
I don't think you played a little game called Mario Golf Toadstool Tour.
I've played it.
I don't think you have.
Doesn't hold a candle. Doesn't hold a candle.
But it has mini golf in it.
Mini golf.
Yeah, I don't care. True Swing is forever to me like the perfect video game iteration of golf. It's all in the swing mechanic. It works perfect.
What system did you play it on?
On my 3DS.
Okay.
I will tell you, I modify the way that I hold it, the system itself, in order to make the swing work well for me. Like you're supposed to, hold it one screen on top of the other, like you normally would, and swing side to side. It works so much better for me if I hold it like book form, like you did with Brain Age, and I can just straight up. Totally nails it for me. But it feels super comfortable to hold still, and it still fucking plays great. It's a delight to play. Everything about it is right.
I think that's why when we was talking about it, do message, I was just like, a lot of people like the Camelot golf games, back in the day. So
I'm telling you, once you've played around, nothing will ever be the same.
Is it a campaign mode, or it's just like all free for all, in a sense? It has both. It has both of them. I wonder.
A little bit of both, kind of. I mean, you're playing through numerous courses, one to the next, and unlocking better clubs and stuff. But ultimately, it's just like the perfect, uncomplicated, perfect playing golf game.
Okay.
So, like I said, man, next time you're here, I'm going to put it in your hands and be like, oh my God, I understand. Everything is right. So, also, probably the most time I've put on anything this week is more Rime. I've made it through I'm into chapter 3, and I almost put it down in chapter 2. Chapter 2 just didn't sit well with me. I did not care for it.
That's it's
the fucking bird. Yeah. So you spend pretty much all of chapter 2 trying to find shit to hide under so that this bird does not swoop down and fucking eat you. And I didn't like it. Like, I want to be able to just roam and explore. And this bird puts a constant pressure to run, hope to God you find something to hide under. And it didn't sit with me all that well. I was thrilled when that chapter was fucking over. And I thought to myself, I'm like, so help me God, if chapter 3 is anything as obnoxious as 2 was, I quit. I am delighted to report that I have landed in chapter 3, and chapter 3 has me much happier.
Wait till you get to chapter 4, because you're going to be pissed. Good luck.
I was never so happy as seeing that bird die. But, like, I'm in chapter 3, though, and I'm enjoying it again. I'm liking the rich, lush environment in 3. It stands out to me even more than chapter 1 did, which is that island that we've all seen fucking pictures of because it's on the cover. But I'm really liking the inside ruins and the whole forestation thing.
I gotta ask you, had you been digging the soundtrack of the game?
At points, I don't think it's the greatest thing. Like, there are times where I'm just kind of like, take it or leave it. There are other moments where I'm like, there's something really good here. It's just too bad they couldn't sustain it.
Well, and I think that's why I wrote in my review for it. It's just like, I think the soundtrack helps the story. Like that, I think that's one of the good things about Rye.
I mean, it's not that it's bad. It just, there are points where, to me, it's just background noise, and it's not anything more than that, honestly.
Okay.
Like I said, there are a few points where it is well punctuated, and it does in fact stand out. But for most of it, it's just background to me. But as far as chapter 3, though, I just discovered the walkers, and I'm like, that's fucking cool. Those are neat. I want more of those. And then I also discovered that the dead people from chapter 2 are now trying to kill me rather than fleeing in terror.
They look like, when did this become a horror game? Because I'm just like, yikes.
Yeah, because there's dead people all over the place in chapter 2. And anytime you get anywhere near them, they, like, flee in terror. Suddenly in chapter 3, they're like trying to suck your soul out of you, and like literally the color drains from the boy. Which, that's another thing. I need to go back and look now because I'm starting to think I might be hallucinating, because I swear to God that at the beginning of this game in chapter 1, that kid was white, and now I'm looking at him going, when did he become black?
He becomes gray.
No. I'm not talking about with the dead people soul sucking. I'm just talking about in general. Like, I swear.
Oh, his skin tone. It's like, like the colors off. Yeah, like that.
Changed. I'm like, what the fuck?
Because you're kind of like in a place where it's a little low light, and it looks like it was supposed to be like darkening your skin or something.
At points he looks white. At points he looks black, and at points he looks like mixed.
Like the lighting and the shading is off. It's just like, this is weird.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I know what you mean.
Eddie, when you're in a light room, I can tell you're black. When you're in a dark room, I can tell you're black. This kid has, like, no racial identity.
Go sit down somewhere in a corner. Again.
I'm just saying, like, seriously, it looks like his racial features change with the room he's in. And I'm like, that's not how fucking lighting works, people. It's not. There's something fundamentally wrong. So, but part of me was wondering if it was just inherently actually built into the story that his skin color is changing as you progress through the chapters.
Nah.
Not from the dead people, but, from the fact that he's dying, I don't know. because, again, we know that dead people end up as these black shades, so I'm like, maybe? It's not out of the question if you think about it. But that reminds me, I've got an awesome new theory about playing Rime. Check this shit out. Given that the game is all about death, and this kid is going through the 5 stages of, grieving and death and everything so that he can die, here's my new theory. To actually win the game, you have to let the kid die rather than completing the journey, because by dying, he doesn't die and you've saved the kid.
No, that doesn't work that way.
I don't see why not.
It fails.
Like, if I make sure he doesn't make it to the end of the fucking game, he hasn't died and I've saved him.
That doesn't work that way.
I feel like it does. Yeah. This tracks to me.
It doesn't work that way.
But yeah, I'm feeling a little better about it, but apparently you're telling me I'm going to fucking hate it again and the next time I sit down and play it. But I've at least got the rest of Chapter 3 to enjoy. So, also finally cracked the seal on my copy of Siberia on Switch, which is a series that I'd always kind of wanted to check out all the way back to the original Xbox. Never did.
Question. Physical? Is that game out physically here?
Not in the States. There is a physical version, but it's not in the States. But, I mean, you can import it because it's not like it's fucking region locked.
I think it's physical in Europe, I think.
Yeah.
I just... Them Peggy scores make me feel like it's a fake game.
I know.
Them Europeans, man.
Well,
but
they get you.
It really hasn't got a good scores, so...
Yeah, Corey, have you played it before?
No, but I was a couple weeks ago.
Let me save you some time.
Well, hold on. A couple weeks ago, I went rare video game hunting with my cousin and his friend, and he was telling me how he wasn't sure how great the game held up, but he said he used to love that game, and I was reading up about it for some reason, when the Switch came out, because I heard it was coming to Switch, the whole series trilogy or whatever.
All 3 of them.
And I was like, what is this weird game? What is it?
Right.
And I'm thinking Tomb Raider or something.
No, it's like a point and click adventure game.
Well, I think because of the way that she looked in some of the environments, I thought it was just like a adventure game that you could move around with the controller. So, and it looked like a Tomb Raider clone to me. I'm just saying by looking
Speaking
at it.
Speaking of Tomb Raider, can we please get Tomb Raider Definitive Edition and Rise of Tomb Raider on Switch, please? Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Square, for listening. Thanks, Crystal D.
We're glad you guys are on that right now.
Appreciate you.
They're focusing on Kingdom Hearts 3.
Not
How long have they had to focus on that?
I'm talking
already?
about Square Enix.
Not Square Enix America.
Crystal Dynamics is focusing on that Marvel game.
I know. IDOS Montreal, hurry up with Shadow of the Tomb Raider so I can play more Tomb Raider. Thanks. I just like Tomb Raider, guys. Okay, I can't help it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And I'm excited for how mediocre that movie's going to be.
I'm going day one. I'm going to watch it. I hope they do a midnight release so I could go and watch it.
I mean, we've got Academy Award winner Alicia Vikander and a bunch of no ones.
Hey, they may be good. It may turn out.
It's gonna be just as mediocre as the Angelina Jolie ones, and I'm gonna enjoy every minute of it.
It's popcorn fun. That's all it is.
Look, I like those movies.
I do too.
Okay. I do too. They've absolutely got a time and a place. As long as you go into it knowing that that's what you're getting into, you can have a fuck ton of fun with that.
Absolutely.
It's just popcorn fun. That's pretty much.
In that first movie when she's fighting the robot in the training area, so good. And by good, I mean it's terrible, but it's good. The faces she makes, man, it's just like, what? Did you not poop this week? Come on.
I mean, that's how I went in when I went to go see Hitman, where I actually rented Hitman.
No.
Trivia for you. First movie when Angelina Jolie was topless.
Gia? No?
Hackers.
Oh.
The one with goodness.
There's only one Hackers, dude, and
the guy who's now Sherlock Holmes in Elementary on CBS. I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his fucking name either because I don't watch that. But...
Who watches Elementary on CBS? Who watches CBS?
Right? How is that channel still on the air?
Especially you, Ed. You're not a white 50-year-old mom that has no job.
Look, I watch Elementary on Hulu.
But he's still evangelical.
I mean, the only show on that network you should be watching is NCIS or whatever, because it has LL Cool J in it.
Shoot,
Eddie was tuned in every week for a new episode of Touched by an Angel.
I prefer Law and Order SVU.
Hey, my mom loved that show. She has the soundtrack and everything.
Oh wow,
the soundtrack of her life.
I used to watch the new version of Hawaii Five-0. That one was good. I think it's still going on, but I need to catch up on it.
Yeah, it's still going. They had some whole brouhaha after the end of this last season about actors leaving.
Oh, wow. There's only like 4 main actors.
So, but in any case, back to Siberia, because it's cold as fuck there. That's what I've been told. I started playing it, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't get real far, and I looked at it and I'm like, I can totally excuse the fact that this game is like 2 generations old. That's fine. What I can't excuse was the unbelievably lazy port they did, because it is 4:3 aspect ratio with blurred bars on the fucking sides.
Ooh.
Ew. That's gross.
Yeah,
That's gross. That makes me not want to buy it. Like, that alone, like, even if it was like a perfect 10 game, that alone makes me not want to buy it.
Yeah, I was unbelievably turned off by this fact. Now, that being said, I've already paid my money, so I'm going to dig into it and see if there's something there to actually like.
Is that on TV and on dock? Like, any way that you play it?
Yeah, because it's inherent to the aspect ratio that was predominant at the time that the game came out, which was 4:3.
That's wow.
Gross. Get out of here. That game, you're fired.
Like, well, how does it control? You just use the analog sticks?
Yeah, you walk your character around the pre-rendered room, basically, and there are things to interact with, and you just press the button and she will interact with things and talk to people. So I'm hoping that when I dig into it further, I will find a story that grabs me. It does not open strong.
Dang, so it's worth like what, $7, $8?
It should have been a lot less expensive than it was. Definitely.
So if you could get it on good old games, go right ahead.
Right. And I mean, honestly, it'll probably feel more at home on a PC, but I had credit and I wanted to play it. So, but yeah, it's one of those that it is not high on my list of priorities to go back to at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But when I've cleared some backlog, I will probably look at it and go, now is the time for me to sit and dedicate some time to this to really find the story. Because the back of the box, 10, 15 years ago, when it had a box, interested me. I wanted to play it. There was something on there that made me go, this is something I should look at and do. But
they only got 1 and 2 out, right? They don't got the whole trilogy out.
I thought 3 was out. I'll have to double check. But in any case, you might be right on that. I could very well be mistaken. I didn't look all that hard because I wasn't going to sit there and buy up everything without having played one. I'm like, I can make a minor investment of $30 and decide if it's worth going further. So, based on the initial like 15 minutes I spent with it, I'm not going further. But that could very well change depending on the story hook. So it has to get there. And this is a game from an age when something like this took considerable time to really build the story. You know, it's from an age when story building was a slow burn. So, I mean, I'm trying to bear that in mind, but weighing it against the fact that my limited time is precious.
Yeah.
So, now, speaking of time, here's one I was super excited to get into, and I'm really fucking loving. I started playing the Sexy Brutal. Oh, fantastic.
It finally came out.
Dude, it's been out. It got like one of Sterling's 5 Game of the Years last year.
Well, I knew it was coming to Switch, but like I didn't see them announce a date for it. Or I may have missed it. I just knew that it was coming out.
It's been out for a hot minute.
Did it come out last month or earlier this month? I wonder.
Earlier than that, I think.
So
I'll have to go back and look, but
okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was last year. But in any case, Sexy Brutal is fucking awesome. I'm digging the music, not nearly as much as Sterling did, but it's fun and it's period appropriate. So A for effort there. It's clever as shit though.
You got to prevent the people's death.
So yeah, you're stopping murders, but you cannot directly interact with anybody.
You have to
You've got to figure out. I'm going to give you an example here, and I will only discuss the first murder you're stopping, because at this point, that one's fairly basic. It's just there to give you enough of an understanding on how to work the game.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're really super sensitive about it, plug your fucking ears. But it's a tutorial. Move on. You get a map, and the map will fill out the more rooms you're in, but the map doesn't just track location. The map tracks where everybody's at and when, but you can only see them moving on the map via the time scrubber if you've seen them there at that time. So you have to actually have seen them someplace to track their location by time. And so you have to figure out where people are at what time. So you're tracking the time of certain events. Like you're going to keep repeating days over and over and over to fill out your map, to fill out your knowledge of where everybody's at, what happens, and then start working backwards to figure out how to prevent it. In the first tutorial, you're stopping somebody from getting shot with a hunting rifle that somebody picks up out of a room on a wall, and you can't dislodge and just take the hunting rifle. So you've got to work another way around it, and you kind of have to spend time, like a whole day almost, in every room possible, looking through every door to figure out where everyone's at, because the guy that gets shot went rummaging through a safe in another room, and when he does, it's not until he does, but once he does, something falls out of the safe, and it's a blank shell for that long rifle, for that hunting rifle. So you've got to wait for him to go through there, going after him once he leaves, grab the shell, and then go stick it in the rifle before the guy picks it up to go shoot him with it. It is super fucking clever.
Because there's a game called Ghost Trick on DS that Capcom did, where you are a ghost and you gotta have to capture them, and then kind of do physics-based puzzles and stuff with it to prevent that player or that event of someone's dying. You have to prevent it and stuff, and it's all kind of done in real time in a little bit, but you spend time just trying to solve puzzles, and then that person, once they get away, you solved it and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be okay with a fair bit of repetition to kind of fill out your knowledge on the map of what's happening where.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can put up with it, you are in for a fucking treat, because, like I said, you want to spend, each day kind of observing a different room for a whole day to figure out who goes through and when, so you can track on your map who's where at all times. Because you've got your map, and on your map screen there's a little time scrubber, so you can see where all the people move, so long as you've seen them move through at that time. Because their actions will remain the same every time you repeat the day.
How do you go about repeating the day? You just let it happen, or
you have a little pocket watch, and it will let you reset back to the beginning of the day.
And then you can start solving stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. It's super cute. It's super clever. It's got it oozes charm and personality in all the right ways. Mm-hmm. I can't speak to the PC version, but I will tell you that the Switch version has some minor performance issues, but it's not enough to keep me from enjoying the game that's here. I love it. Like, I hit a few points where it chugged a little bit, but I'm just like, I don't give a shit.
They could patch it.
Rhyme, yeah, like Rhyme it's an impediment to my enjoyment, because this should be super fucking smooth. This one chugs a little here and there, and I just don't give a shit. And it's not the super cinematic thing that's meant to draw me into this world visually. Mm-hmm. It's all about the personality and just the wit. And I will say, big ups to this game for sound design. I have not played a game where I felt sound design mattered this much since Dead Space. I am super thrilled. Like, you can hear shit happening in other rooms at the specified times, and like I'm working on the second mission now, and I was hearing something like, the fuck was that sound? And I'm literally going from room to room looking for that sound at that time so I can learn what the hell it is. I'm like, that's neat. Your character even has the ability to listen for footsteps in rooms around him.
Yeah,
you'll hit the list button, and it'll like black out the screen, and you can see other characters' footsteps walking through adjacent rooms. You don't know who it is, because unless you've seen them there, but if you're just listening, you'll just see footsteps. So you know somebody's there, and you can tell where they're at by sound, but you can't see who it is or what they're doing other than just walking or where they're at.
It sounds like this game is like a backlog game for a lot of people, because a lot of people just haven't been talking about it on Switch, and it might have been because a lot of games
to be on the front burner.
Yeah, I think it was because just a lot of games came out and people were been playing it. But I know a lot of people were happy that it did come to Switch.
And rightfully, it's just spectacular. I cannot say enough good things about what I've played of this so far, and I cannot wait to spend more time with it. It's calling me. My only issue right now is that most of my time is in the evening when I'm starting to wind my brain down, and this is something that I need full capacity to really, like, you need all your fucking mental faculties to work it out. And it's not in a frustrating way. It's in a super intelligent way that it will challenge your intelligence.
Gotta be like
your
really
creativity.
Focused.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to have your wits about you to work it all out. And as soon as you work it out, you get that awesome aha, and suddenly everything clicks together. And you're like, I'm fucking brilliant. And there's nothing better than that moment. So, side note, I meant to mention to you, in playing Rhyme over the last week, I had the thought occur to me. Rhyme is like somebody was playing Myst and decided, what if I remade Myst, but I made it about death? That's kind of what it feels like at points. It's like we replaced all the family drama of Myst with death, and the puzzles are way less interesting. So, really, you have never played Myst?
I've never played Myst either.
I wasn't a big PC person. I didn't play PC games.
The only PC games I played were Age of Empires and Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Mine was Grand Theft Auto 3, Mahjong, Solitude, and Roller Coaster Tycoon. 1 to 3.
I guess Solitaire.
I would like to challenge you two to actually play Myst.
I heard about Myst.
Yeah, no.
Is there a Switch version?
There was a DS version.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Isn't Myst like
that one apparently came out not so great.
Isn't it 5 or 6 games of Myst, I think?
Yeah, there's 6 plus an online.
Okay.
My favorite, I remember seeing like Riven, and it was like underneath it just said the sequel to Myst.
Oh, dude, Riven was brain melting. Holy hell.
I just remember like, why didn't they just call it Myst 2?
Yeah.
Riven.
Eddie, if you'll recall, we actually had on some fine folks that worked on one of the Myst games.
Yes.
So, which brings me to something I want to run by you guys. I want to see what you think.
Nope.
All right. Well, that's out the fucking window. Never mind. I was gonna say I want to challenge you two to play Myst because it's a seminal fucking game. It should be experienced, and you really should at some point. But I was gonna say Myst is a little more brain bending than the other one I had in mind. How would you guys feel about kind of doing a collective community playthrough? Like we could totally pick up a game and nail down some checkpoints and week by week work through from one checkpoint to the next and totally bust it out as a segment on the show.
You guys can.
Really, Eddie?
Yes, I'm sorry. I have a lot of stuff to get through game wise because I have a lot of episodes of Op 2 to do that requires some games I got to get through.
Just got to ruin it for the group, don't you?
You and Corey could do it. That's fine. You guys can do it. I just got too much to start playing. Like I got to get through Hellblade. I got to replay Rhyme. I got a history of Ray Ford games I got to go through. Like I have a lot to do.
Oh Lord, see how it is. Well, Corey, you and I can hash it out later. So maybe. I don't know, maybe we run that as a separate thing. There could be some fun in that, but we'll do it without you, Eddie. Jesus.
You'll be fine. I'm sorry, I got too much to play. I gotta get up. I do multiple stuff. I'm juggling a lot. And once again, and congratulations on your feature being in girl, Cosgirl, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, one of the pieces that was originated from our Facebook page got picked up and published over on Cosgirl.com. If you haven't, you should definitely go check them out. They put up some nifty stuff all the time. But in any case, no, you two should definitely at least look into Myst. Better yet, just watch a playthrough of it. Like, watch a Let's Play of Myst. That's probably the best way to experience that, to be completely honest. So, but it should be experienced at some point. It's seminal for a reason. But in any case, yeah, Sexy Brutal, awesome. Play it, buy it, play it some more. I also played a little bit of what the hell was it called? Human Resource Machine, part of the Tomorrow Corporation series of games. Mm-hmm. So along with Little Inferno and World of Goo, and I was very fucking confused because it gives you very little direction, but it wants you to do some like super specific stuff. And honestly, this game just felt like fucking tedium, which I'm pretty sure is kind of the intent. But I'm just like, yeah, no. I played about 5 sections of it and said, I'm done. That's it. So, I mean, if you're all about tedium and you like programming, you will probably enjoy Human Resource Machine.
That does not sound like something for me.
Right.
No, it's not something for most people, if we're being completely honest here. It's just not. But, you know, it's got some personality. It makes me giggle just a little. But, again, it doesn't make up for what this game is and is not. So, sad face. Oh, well, I have a complete Tomorrow Corporation collection on my Switch, though, so...
Yay!
They were cheap, so I bought them. Like, I will have.
Weren't they all like $8 when they came out, or something ridiculous like that?
I think I caught them all for like $3 or $4 a piece.
Yeah, they were cheap to begin with, and they were all part of an eShop sale, like
recently-ish. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think that covers most of what I've been playing. I can tell you I will be playing some Halo 5 because it's downloading now, all 97 fucking gigs of that shit.
That'll be done
yeah,
by tomorrow.
You'll be playing it on Thursday.
I love that intro though to that game. Halo 5's intro is really, really good. I enjoy it.
When they all jump out of the plane and kind of like ski down that mountain.
Yeah.
I've got 10 gigs downloaded already.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. And my Skype connection has not chugged while it's doing it.
Yay.
Kind of impressed. So.
Yeah. Don't get me started on Skype. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, stupid ads, man. Get rid of the ads. I don't care.
Did you upgrade to the new updated version of Skype, or are you still running?
No, because then I can't do what I need to do in OBS with it. Which, okay. I mean, I can, but I have to relearn how to do it, and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Right. Like, I was wondering if this was a thing that's inherent to, like, new Skype, because, like you said, I've not run into it.
Oh, my gosh. Every time Ed and I go to record Nintendo Power Block, we have, 10 minutes in, we have to wait for Nathan Drake's face to get off of my Skype.
Right.
Try PlayStation Now. No, nobody wants to try PlayStation Now. Nobody wants PlayStation Now. Nobody wants it. Who's using it? No one.
Right. So weird that they got PlayStation Now. They got PlayStation Now, and then those games that you can find, some of them be on the flash sale for like $2, or you just get it at GameStop like used.
Just plug in, just buy a PlayStation 3 for like $40 and buy all these games on a flash sale.
Right.
Gosh, dude.
Or get the PS4 version of it.
Or even better, just get a PS2 and play the good games, and that's it.
Right. Hey, that's the last Sony platform I bought.
To be fair, all the good games on PS3 are now on PlayStation 4 as remasters, except for Infamous. So,
pretty much.
Yeah.
And yes, I realize
PS4 is on PS4.
I realize that Resistance is not on PS4, but I said the good games. So
Resistance was good. I like 3 better out of the whole series. 2, one was. I did hear 3
was really good, but I'm not playing 1 and 2 to play 3. So.
One was very interesting because they had all that controversy and all that crazy mess. 2 had a better story, and I enjoyed the gameplay of that. 3 was the best one because I like how the weapons upgrade. And it was like easier to get into in 3 than 2 was. But
I wish they would make an Infamous collection. That's like the only. Those are like the only games I'm keeping my PS3 around for. That and a Mass Effect. And
pretty
Dead
much.
Space.
Well, Mass Effect, I just bought the trilogy on PS3. Just like.
I mean, I have Mass Effect 3.
To play Dead Space on PS4?
No, I mean it's on PlayStation Now, I think, but I don't want that. I don't
Right.
want that garbage.
I think they got it backwards compatible on one. I would rather play it on one.
Well,
it's
backwards compatible on Xbox.
Isn't it on EA Access or whatever?
I don't know, it might be.
It might be,
those
but I
things.
know it. But I know they were just like backwards. It's backwards compatible because, I think I was looking for a physical copy of it. I gotta see, because I didn't want to buy it on Xbox One when I know I could probably just find a 360 copy for like $3 or something.
Oh, so I think we've pretty much hit games of the week, and holy crap, we went on for a hot minute. Just a tidbit, I've been playing a bunch of Tequila Works because I did not realize this. I knew that Tequila Works did Rhyme. They also did Sexy Brutal.
Did they do the port, or that's one of their games?
I don't know, but their name was on it when I booted it up. I'm like, oh.
No, I think they just did it. I think that was the game they were working on, like kind of after Rhyme was, not after Rhyme was done, but like, you know how some teams work on two projects at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but in any
obviously
case,
they just are like, oh, that Switch version, we'll fix it eventually, maybe sometime, or we'll just take a big chunk of money from PlayStation and make it free on PlayStation Plus.
So
that makes me so mad. That makes me so mad. All the games my wife bought me for my birthday and Christmas and stuff
free
have been the free games the last like 3 months. Yeah. I mean, it's fine, but like, just like, man, I feel bad that we like spent that money.
Well,
no way of knowing until it's too late. Pays you money, it takes chances. It has been a fairly quiet news week again, which, you know, to be fair, it's kind of that time of year and you expect it. But the one that did catch my attention, especially since I'm in the middle of it, is Tequila Works did announce the patch for Switch for Rhyme. And let me tell you, the press release that went with that was quite a read. The Cliff Notes version is, all right, guys, we managed to fix some stuff, but we just can't actually fucking fix this. In order to actually fix it, we would literally have to rebuild the whole damn game.
Well,
it's that fucked.
Should have thought about that.
Well, I know they said that the patch was too big and it goes over the limit that Nintendo requires. And I was just like, why not just break it up in 2 patches?
Yeah, no idea. But because like I said,
they probably need all of that to fix it because half of it might break the game even worse.
Oh,
yeah, because like I said, from what they said in the press release, basically is that there were some things in that port that are just fundamentally broken at the core level, and that to fix it, they would just have to start from scratch.
But a lot of people, some reviewers said that it was a problem it was just problems on all 3 platforms. It's just the Switch version is just worse. But the thing about it is just like, how in the heck can you not get this running on Unreal Engine 4? Like, all 3 systems run on Unreal Engine 4. Like,
yeah, it's surprising.
Like we said, there had to have just been awful optimization work somewhere.
Yeah. It's just,
like,
I mean,
like
the Switch,
somebody had to have been fired.
Like, I mean, the Switch version, okay, I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's like, if you're still having these issues on Xbox One and PS4, like, I don't know. I think,
right, because it's not like your game is impressive, but it's not that impressive art wise. And
yeah, I mean, it's like, Nintendo got Wind Waker to run on freaking GameCube. Like,
heck, they got Doom able to be worked on. And that's a port. I'm like, if Doom is working on Switch, it might not be the same as the Xbox
Doom is
One
great, by
and
the way,
PS4.
on Switch.
Right.
Doom is super great on Switch.
But it's just,
love it so much.
But I'm like, if they're able to get Doom working, how is an indie game like this is not being able to get worked on?
I do want to give it to them though, because like Doom is having a weapon balancing patch for multiplayer come out next week.
Nice.
Like people must be playing that multiplayer.
It's nice to know that apparently, even if they're not, that it matters enough to them to keep it up to snuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shoot.
Well, I mean,
like there's so many companies that would have just put it out there and said, "That's it, we're done."
No, I mean, it's certain affinity. That multiplayer, that multiplayer is at least good at the least because it's certain affinity, which did Halo for like up through 4, right? They did Halo 4's multiplayer too, so like it's going to be at least decent. If it doesn't feel like Doom, at least it'll feel like Halo.
Well, shoot, like I said, like when people on Twitter are hashtagging it, let's get this game to 1 million. Like they'd even do that for PS4, Xbox One. They were just like, this game on Switch is so good, let's try to get this to 1 million. That's how good Doom is. Hopefully, Wolfenstein 2 be the same way.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Wolfenstein 2 does really well on Switch because I would like to see the first one hit Switch as well because I would like to jump into that on Switch and in order.
I would like the collection.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me that like after Wolfenstein 2 comes out, maybe like during the holiday they announce a bundle of like 1 and 2 together.
It'd be nice. But yeah, that's most of the news. There's one little piece of Indie Watch I kind of want to throw back out there, and I excuse me, I believe talked about it at one point, maybe a couple months ago when I was first turned on to this. But the fine folks working on a new title called Scorn, which looks amazing.
That's the one that you showed me.
Yes.
Yeah.
They just put out a big update on what's been going on development-wise for the past several months. Hit up their Facebook page and check that out. And like I said, at this point, if you have not seen anything on Scorn, go look it up. It looks incredible.
But it's only PC, right, at the moment?
For the moment, that's where it looks like it's headed. I don't know if anything else is in its future, but I mean, it's got all the wonderful creep and just unsettling vibe that Dead Space had, and it's got kind of that explorative feeling of Metroid Prime. It all slammed together.
For some reason, when I was watching, I'm just like, dang, this is what Prey should have been, in a sense. It just gives me that vibe of Prey. I'm like, this is what Prey should have been, the remake.
I could see that. Even the original had a little bit of that vibe.
Well, yeah, that is true. And also, I think Hollow Knight comes out this week.
Does that fun? Like, I looked it up, and last I could see, it got pushed back and then didn't have a date again all of a sudden.
I think they said the 22nd. If not the 22nd, the 26th. I know it's coming out this week or next week.
I'll be thrilled if it does.
Yeah, a lot of people have been posting it just be like Hollow Knight coming soon. And I thought they said February 22nd. So, we shall see.
I'm looking that up right now.
Because everybody, I know that's the big indie title for Switch that everybody's waiting for to play.
That Owlboy just hit, and that's been getting rave reviews as well. But I mean, that reviewed extremely well when it originally came out on PC. So
it's on all 3 consoles, right? I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, all I can see is Q1 2018 for Hollow Knight.
I'll probably check Nintendo Life there. Because I know they said the 22nd. I know it's coming out soon for Switch, and it should be this month.
I bloody hope so. I know it was supposed to, and then, like I said, I thought I got pushed back and just didn't have a date.
And my Switch is not close to me for me to grab. Because normally they'll say it coming soon, and normally it'll have a date or stuff on it.
Yeah, and I haven't seen a date yet. So, but anyways, so that's the thing to keep an eye out for. That should, in theory, be in the next month or so, max, from what it sounds like. But yeah, we've been at this for a while. I think we're good to call it.
Okay, Well, go ahead and do the plugs, Larry.
Obligatory plugs. We like it when you click the like button on the YouTube page. We also appreciate it even more when you click that awesome little subscribe button with the nifty little bell down there, so that you know when we put up all the cool stuff on the YouTube page for you to consume.
Do we want to tease the new thing?
Not yet. I think since we're still hammering out some details, we'll let's just say we'll do plugs minus that conversation.
See
what I did there. Hit up the Facebook page. We've got some spiffy writings up there for you. More stuff coming. Always catch us at our home on shoutengine.com. Also for your ease and convenience on iTunes, where you can subscribe to us and leave ratings and comments and talk about us to other people and tell the other people that we're awful. You know, even if we're not, we can't be that awful. We've got a black person.
At least we're not racist.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm not racist. I have a black friend.
Oh, wow.
Hey, you know what? If Ed ever leaves the podcast, Larry, we'll just shoot me in like the you know how on your phone you can just swap like opposite color or whatever it is.
That's too much work. We're gonna put you in old school blackface. Yeah, right there. That works.
I'll just draw a smile on my microphone thing.
Right there on the windscreen. Oh, Lord. iTunes and Google Play Music, you can find us there. We're back every Monday. Guys, it's been a ball. We'll see you again next week. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.